What's good? How we doing? How we doing, everyone? I hope you guys like the little intro that I've been working on there. It was all hand drawn, no AI whatsoever. Even though this is an AI channel, we still like hiring humans, believe it or not. Editor is human. I mean, I don't have a script writer. I guess I write the scripts. I'm human. Animator is human. Vince, what's good? How we doing, bro? Why is there 5 of you in the Discord? But I actually just wanted to quickly kind of show, I guess, before we get into things, to create something like that, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight in like what it looks like. So usually what will happen is I'll give like a brief like this, and I kind of give like a reference point. I really like this AI generated image. So I was like, yo, let's kind of copy this. And then obviously add all these components. In the background, you can see like we've got all these little Easter eggs for the posters and stuff. On the screen, I wanted to show like the Vibecoding journey, and then kind of just like explaining it. So yeah, if you've ever wondered like how the hell do I even brief someone like about what I'm trying to do, like just give them as much detail as you want, honestly. And then yeah, what you kind of want out of it. But how are we all doing, man? How are we all doing? So I am getting to a position where I feel like we've been vibe coding a bit too much lately. What I kind of want to do is I want to wrap things up this week, because next week I want to fully focus on the marketing side of things, because I just want to mix it up. I feel like we've been kind of stagnant in terms of the revenue that's coming in. So I really want to kind of amp things up this week and just really try and get something ready. And hopefully that's Duocode. Duocode, it's getting there. Once Duocode is ready, I'm going to start ramping up marketing. We can also start working on our app factory a bit more, using Duocode, hopefully. That's kind of the whole point. But yeah, that's kind of the plan this week. So let's get straight into things. Slyphorn, how we doing? New week, new goals, eh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vince and Slyphorn. Bro, the two Aussie legends. Have we got anyone else that's Aussie in the Discord server? I don't think we do. I think it's just us three, Who else we got? It's just us three, isn't it? Chuck on some creator music. Also, I feel like I haven't shared my YouTube earnings in a while. But I had one of my best days the other day. So let's go ahead and share that. It's annoying because I feel like Alex is Aussie. Yeah, okay. I feel like we're like stagnant in terms of revenue when it comes to the actual vibe coding, but a lot of money has actually been coming in from the YouTube side of things. Like I think this month alone, we secured close to $9,000 in like sponsorship deals, in all sorts of deals. So like even this month, like just $1,500 in ad revenue, right? Like we had one of our best days in ad revenue ever. You can see our previous best day was $160, but just the other day we made almost $200 just in ad revenue because of this one video right here. The only skills you need in 2026. Banging video, can I just say? I'm cooking with this video. This video cooked heavy. But yeah, I'm pretty like impressed at the fact that we were even able to hit this. I'm not gonna lie, I did have a bit of a dip in viewership recently, which was a little bit scary. Like you can see kind of here, I peaked at like 52,000 views. We're hitting 40,000, 32,000, 25,000, nearly 40,000. And then here, 2 videos in a row, less than 3,000 views. This one, my Openclaw masterclass video, which I literally spent so much time on this video, like probably like more time than I needed to, researching and everything. Only got 7,000 views, which, hey, I'm not complaining. Like 7,000 views is still amazing compared to whatever I was getting down here. But I was stressing out a little bit because I was like, okay, yo, my viewership's dropped like quite substantially. And then boom, 40,000 views. This is the fastest video to hit 40,000 views in one single day. So, it is, I'm starting to realize like the vibe coding side of things have slowed down a little bit, but the content side of things has like drastically improved. Like I've never seen this much growth on the content side ever. Like even like my subscriber count, it was only the other day when I hit 10,000. We're already nearly at 12,000. Like it's actually just explosive right now. It's blowing my mind. So I want to try and transfer some of that energy. Yeah. I want to try and transfer some of that energy into the vibe coding side of things. Cause like, the vibe coding is like slowed down a little bit. And I think it goes to show, I have been putting a lot more time and effort towards the content only because I'm trying to set things up. I'm trying to build out that team, the editor. I'm trying to build out, even I've got a guy coming in tomorrow to do the B-roll. So yeah, I'm trying to build out this team so I can spend more time towards the vibe coding side. So apologies, but yeah, if anyone is ever wondering, I doubt there's anyone as transparent as I am about my YouTube earnings, but here you go. This is all the money that's been made. Yeah, pretty exciting. Got another sponsorship deal coming out this week, I think. I'm actually pretty excited to share it because it's to do with these guys, Twin, and they're actually a AI automation platform. And what they actually do, which is really interesting, is they create, and this is super beginner friendly, I also want to stress. So if you're like capable of building your own agents using Claude and stuff, don't fret. But what's really interesting about Twin is they can build AI automations for you from a single prompt. Like what you'll find with Claude Code and with Codex is when you start building something, 9 times out of 10, it's not good off the first one shot, right? You need to like debug it a little bit. You need to do this and that. What I've found is I can literally give it a single prompt and it will just build out a fully working automation for me. So I've got this automation running called AI Builder Daily Digest, right? And every single day it runs once. And it gives me like all the top Twitter posts that have happened in the last 24 hours. And it emails it to me. And what's really interesting is, one, it doesn't take any sort of like X API costing, because I don't know what it does. It like connects to your like account cookies or some shit, and it doesn't cost any like API fees. So it's completely free to use for X API. I was like, holy shit. Anyway, let me check chat. Yo, we got a freaking, what up, TFG Nano? How we doing, bro? Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. What's good? Yo, you guys spam in chat. I am not Aussie. This is propaganda. What are you working on currently? Is this actually live? Of course it is. Cause Mythos, yo, bro's rich now. We hit 100K. Yo, the thing is, the content side of stuff doesn't actually transfer to the vibe coding journey. So even though, we're doing good on the content, I feel like I want to stay true to the challenge. Okay. So I'm not going to bump these numbers up based off of my content. I'm going to bump the numbers up when the app makes money. That's, I think, fair, because that's the challenge at the end of the day. The challenge isn't how much money I can make from making content. The challenge is how much money I can make from building apps. So I kind of want to make sure that is the focus. He's just riffing. He'll circle around to you. TF Garno feeling left out. How we doing, TFG Nano? I haven't seen you around here before. What's good? He should put the live chat on his screen. I found it to be distracting when I get like into the vibe coding and stuff. But Here, let me place this in a better angle. Question: how would a regular person like me hit his first $500 to $1,000? I already made $150, but off a friend. I think the easiest way to hit your first paycheck is literally figuring out one really good automation and just learning how to sell one thing over and over again. So like, you know, when you get into, what is it that you sold your friend? What did you sell your friend? You wanna fill us in on like what you've done? Because like, let's say that you have a bit of time. That's a that's a bad drawing. Let's do a line. Okay, let's say you have a bit of time, right? And your goal is to hit, let's see, $1,000, right? I think the fastest way that I would hit this, if you're in the AI space, is to think about an automation that you can do for a local business. Okay? So what is like a simple automation that you can do? There's so many tutorials out there to make really simple automations. Like even Twin, I've literally, in here, there's literally a freaking template in here for like spreadsheet to outreach pipeline, multi-platform lead scraper, SEO content factory, regulatory and compliance monitor, AI video content factory, recruitment pipeline, competitor and sentiment monitor, AI voice and chat support agent. Like this is like, you could literally just prompt Twin and be like, yo, create an AI agent, voice agent for me to sell to a local dentist. Dump in the dentist website and just be like, yo, like it's, and then all you got to do, the hardest part is not actually building the thing. The hardest part is actually selling it. And selling it is actually as easy as going into ChatGPT and just being like, do deep research and list out the 100 dentists for me to cold outreach through email. Give me, you know, the founder or the main dentist's email. Give me whatever email that they use for the shop. If you have any emails for additional dentists within there, within the dentistry shop, then provide that as well. I want at least 3 emails per shop. Give me a list of 100 of them that reside within Sydney. And then you literally, that's a shit prompt, but I'm sure you understanding what I mean. Just dump it in there, and then you're literally going to get a list. Oh yeah, you also need to turn on deep research. But then this is literally going to go out, find you a bunch of contacts. All you got to do is, like, if you really want your close rate to be high, set up a Loom account, start recording with your face, with Loom. It's completely free, and just be like, yo, look. And then, you know, obviously have this automation ready with your face, kind of like how I'm live streaming right now, and just be like, look, this is the automation that I built and you can even make up the dentist name. Just be like, yo, this is the automation that I built, and then show the automation and be like, yo, interact with the automation to show that it's legit. You know what I mean? And then send that as a recording to the dentist through every single one of these emails. One single recording, you just send it to all of them. Try different different headers, try different body paragraphs, and you'll see some have better open rates than others. And then you're just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you got to take it, perfect everything step by step. So the first thing that you're going to perfect is your product. When you build this, you're going to need to then, you know, show it to a dentist. And I would even offer doing it for free. Just be like, yo, can I do this for your dentist for free? I need a case study to show other people that I have a really good product and that it's working for you guys. So just implement it to them for free and just be like, yo, look, you know, is this working? Can you leave me like a good recommendation, even a voice recording, a video, anything? Like, you just need to create the base and the foundation, And then I think it's pretty easy to hit your first few $1,000s. Like if you're only just aiming for like local is a very good place to start. I want to see emails pop up. Dude, they'll pop up, man. This is going to take ages because it's deep researching, but they'll pop up, man. Like I've done this before. I literally do this for sponsorship outreach. I'll just be like, yo, give me a list of the last 100 AI companies that have raised within the last 12 months. And it'll literally give me a list of a bunch of like VC backed AI companies that I can reach out to for sponsorship deals. What was the easiest way to hit your $500 to $1,000? I mean, I hit it through AllMiner. So the very first product that I made was called AllMiner, which was actually a crypto, in its simplest form, it was a crypto trading bot. And I took a little microtransaction and I was able to market it to a point where it made like maybe 3.5 grand total. Now, shortly after that, it kind of died. And the reason that it died, I'll tell you, is because I moved on to the next thing. And so I didn't really give this as much time as my competitors were giving this, right? My competitors were living and breathing this thing. I'm over here live streaming, chatting with you guys, testing out all these new apps that I can build, left this running by itself. My competitors quickly, brought in new features. They brought in all sorts of new, rewards and benefits for their users. And they quickly stole all of my, not stole, but they acquired all of my customers. And that's just how the game works, I feel like I got everything I wanted out of this, which is honestly just the confidence to know that I can build apps. My neighbor's calling me. The confidence to even just build apps, that's kind of what I wanted out of this, and I got that. And this is actually what it led me to start live streaming, because I was like, hang on a second, I'm literally spending so much time building these apps by myself. What if I just like hang out with people while I'm doing that, When is the rebrand happening for it? The rebrand? Nah, I reckon this is kind of dead. Like, this is my old project. I'm just gonna leave it here as is, as like a reminder of, this is what I did. It's even cool. We had like the co-founder of Solana retweet us. This brought in a lot of users. This guy, his retweet genuinely probably brought in like 500 users within like 2 weeks, which is crazy. He pumped us past 1,000 users on our app. So yeah, I think it's just a part of being able to know what to post that get people interested. Like this is a post that I made. It got 61,000 views, 167 likes, and we were consistently getting like 2,000 views, 1,400 views, 4.6 thousand views, 5,000 views. I'd do like threads like this, and I'd like put the time and effort to do research on like the competitors and be like, yo, this is like our other competitor. This is like our other competitor, and this is us. And this is why we're better. And then I even was honest about like what some of the negatives were and comparing. And then I was talking about the actual thing and like, there's just marketing is not a black box. You just need to be creative and try a bunch of shit and see what sticks. And that was literally all I did. I just tried a bunch of shit, saw what stuck, and then just doubled down on that one thing. And you would do the same thing. You try email marketing, it doesn't work. Okay, try Reddit marketing. Okay, try calling them up. Maybe you don't like cold calling, but give it a go. Just do like 5 calls and see what happens. You know what I mean? You should definitely continue it. One thing I struggle with is being able to manage, control, post, and work on consistency when you're working multiple different businesses. That's one of the models. But the thing is, right, like when I built that app, I was heavily kind of focused in crypto, and I was in crypto like a lot more than I was in AI. Now my focus has changed. I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm in the Discord a lot. My whole brand and what I look at nowadays is completely AI related, So like the ore miner app no longer interests me. It's no longer what is my, I would say, where my thoughts lie. You know, back when I was in crypto, 100%, it's like crypto apps all the way. But nowadays, I'm like, you know, let me build a freaking coding terminal because I'm coding all the time. So I'm vibe coding all the time. So why don't I actually just build an environment for me to vibe code inside of? And that's the whole point of like building these things, right? Is you want to build something that you're comfortable with, that you would actually use, because then you can improve it. And then once you've improved it, other people might want to use it as well, you know? Attempting to create something that will help you be disciplined and consistent, being able to manage all businesses in one location. That, and also just like being able to just stick to one business as well, you know? You don't have to chase the new shiny thing all the time. I know I've done that before. Do you think building websites for local businesses is still the fastest path to 1K, or do you think it's too saturated like the other guy said? I mean, you got to think about it from the perspective of the business, okay? Like, you need to think, okay, how many websites does a business need at the end of the day? Like, I'm still sick, by the way. Like, how many websites does a business actually need? I think the best way to hit good margins right now is through AI automation. Because Graduation Bear, vibe coding website now is as easy as writing a single prompt. And that is the box that everyone is inside of right now. It's like, oh, like what's the fastest, easiest thing that I can do right now? And it's just this box. Everyone thinks inside of this box. But there's so much that you can do outside of this box, man. Like, vibe coding doesn't just let you build websites, you know? You can be super creative and niche down and find out that there's actually other things that you can build with vibe coding in different niches, right? And there's all these other boxes that you can actually explore. And then you realize, hang on a second, these boxes are actually less crowded than this box. Because this is the first box that everyone thinks about, right? Which is websites. But if you actually look into this box might be like like iOS apps, maybe. This box might be like AI automations, you know? If you just like niche down, and then what you can actually do now is you can actually niche down even further and then find an even smaller box. And the thing is, you might think, the market's too small, the box is too small. Dude, if there's so much money and people in the world that a box this small is still able to make you $1 million a year. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to find the right box, and you can just keep doing this. You can just keep going down and going down until you find a box that you might be the only one in that freaking box, man. And you might be the only one that's capable of actually servicing the other people inside of this box. You feel me? So don't think like, I need to, build websites because that's the easiest thing. Think about the value. Think about where the value comes from. What is the value for a business to have a website? Like, what is the value of that? It's so that someone can click on their website and then maybe generate leads. Chances are, though, if they don't have a website, then they're not going to know what to do with a website once you build one for them. So their perception of the value that you're providing when you give them a website is actually not that high. So they might charge you less money for that. But if you look at it in terms of AI automation, you can instantly show value by automatically letting AI pick up a phone call. The easiest way to show this is by literally being able to demonstrate on the video call. Like I said, if you download Loom, which is completely free, and you just demonstrate, look, I saw that your business is only open 9 to 5. You can only pick up phone calls 9 to 5. If you use this AI automation, it'll pick up phone calls 24/7. So you are actually going to get more bookings, and you are actually going to have, a happier clientele because someone is picking up the phone instantaneously and they're trained on all of your data, and they're very polite, and no matter what time of day it is, they're able to give your customer the best possible service. Like, you need to think about the value that you're providing them, and they're going to start thinking in their head, oh, hang on a second, a full-time worker to be able to pick up phone calls 24/7, that's going to cost me like $20 an hour, and a full-time wage is like $6,000 a week, a month, and then so a year it's actually like 75 grand for me to hire someone to do that. And so this guy's offering to give me an AI automation for $5,000. That's a freaking no-brainer. You know what I mean? Like, you need to help connect these value points to the clientele. And if you're actually selling websites, what is the connection? AI is definitely more fun, building, etc. But I'd say maybe change it out from crypto to a full stock trading. I don't know what you're really doing with it, but I like that Solana reposted you. Take advantage. I mean, bro, that was like 3 months ago. So times have changed, you know? Move on to the next thing. How can I get on your team? How can I help you build for free, be support, do something? I'd be willing to work for free. You looking for like an internship or something? I finished Vibecoding, a cloud-based Photoshop plugin entirely with Claude Code. Like he said, there's so many options other than websites. Exactly. Websites is like the first thing that everyone thinks about. You need to think like a few layers deeper than that. Because the first thing everyone thinks about is 10 times out of 10 never really the best thing. How do you actually make money from generating something you like? I have a video proposal to you if you can make it how to build something you like and actually make money AI. I mean, you don't always build something that you like, okay? Like, I'll even show you this. Sneak peek into the video that I'm making right now is you need to find what other people want and what other people will use, right? So I've actually built this Reddit pain point tracker. And what this does is it scrapes Reddit twice a day, and it will give me a full report on its findings. If I can find how to... let me see. Planning and research. Is it gonna email it to me? Let me check. Where is the report? Can't see the emails. But yeah, I literally built this Reddit scraper, and I told it, look, my niche is actually inside of, I said YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber at the moment. Find me pain points inside of Reddit that other YouTubers are having. And it gave me a list, and it was like, look, you've got, script writing as a pain point. You've got, monetization, ad revenue, all these things that were pain points. Look, we can open this one right here. And it's saying, look, it actually ranks them by severity. It ranks them by frequency. Can I edit this? It tells me the pain point, low monetization and revenue issues, algorithm unpredictability, AI generated content threats, recording and technical issues, creator burnout. And these are all things that you can build something for, Some of these are obviously like low monetization and revenue issues. Maybe you create like an AI coach that helps increase revenue by X amount. Or you have audio quality problems. Maybe you have an AI audio like frequency thing that like improves the audio quality. Niche saturation and competition. You create a platform that literally researches and scrapes data from YouTube and helps people find better niches. Subscriber growth, editing and post-production challenges. You can find stuff for that too. content theft, channel termination. This is all part of the research that you need to do to build the thing that you want to build, while also understanding like, okay, this is what other people want as well. But yeah, TFG Nano, feel free to hit me up on Discord if you want to talk more about a potential internship or something. But yeah, thing is, I'm not really looking. I'm pretty solo, to be honest, as a founder. I've always been very solo, and I'm pretty picky with who I work with. So yeah, I mean, same thing that I told you about, you know, giving someone value and being able to say like, yo, this is valuable because of this, this, and this. You know, send me a DM and tell me like, you know, I want to work with you and I think I can help you out because I can do this, this, and this. And then I'll read it and I'll get back to you, bro. Anyway, let's get back into this. This is my 30-minute rant for the day. See if this duocode's working. I'm exploring on localhost right now. Sent a message and only Claude responded. Actually, let me try something a bit more difficult. Who are the top 10 authors of the 19th century? Probably send this. Being a bit AFK, but still hearing Doobie spitting some gold, 07. Yo, what does 07 even mean? Am I like tripping? Like, yo, Slyphorn, explain 07 to me. What is your Discord at? I'd love to reach out and see what potential I can bring. Yo, if you scroll up a bit, you can see that in the Nightbot automation message, it gives you a Discord link. Join it. It's discord.gg/vibebuilders. You can join that link and you'll see me in the Discord. You can just tap on my username. It's Doobie Boobie. '07 is a salute. Use your imagination a bit. '07 is a salute. '07 is a salute? Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Yeah, okay. Okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. Nose Night coming in hot. What's going on, Nose Night? Talk to me. Who hurt you, bro? Where did Boobie come from? I've always just like, I remember, I think it was like maybe a couple years back, I changed my username from Dubsy1 to Doobie Boobie. Just rhymed with my first name. And yeah, like it just kind of stuck. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like it. Let's stick to it. It's kind of funny. Because if you say boobie by itself, it's like kind of rude because it's like, you know, a woman's breast, boobie. But if you say doobie boobie, it sounds kind of innocent. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like very rude. So yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's kind of funny. If you know kind of thing, you know? Give me a complex prompt and let's see if it works. I had to go and come back to see what you said to my question. I think that's exactly the advice I needed. Glad I could help, bro. Graduation bear. Appreciate you, man. Good luck with whatever you're building. Let's see if this works. the synthesizing animation is not showing. User flow. The app is not opening and localhost is not working properly. What is Duocode? So Duocode is basically a coding terminal I'm trying to build. And what it does is it actually uses Claude and Codex at the same time. Crack myself up saying that. But I always just found myself tediously going back and forth between Claude and Codex. And so I was like, why don't I just build something that lets Claude and Codex talk to each other at the same time and then give me an output. And so that's kind of just what I'm building right now. And I'm thinking maybe I can transfer this into the app factory so I can start building the app factory. Speaking of, let me just read the claude.md and look into why the app icons always seem to change after a while. They don't get saved properly, I think. There was already a plugin for CC to use Codex. It's been there for a while. Really? Should I just connect it to Duocode? So is this synthesized? I think this is just Claude. Yeah, see, Claude came back to me. I think I fixed the synthesis progress UI. The issue was that the client received thinking events from source synthesis. Still showing Claude. Codex not working. Yo, Nose Knight, you were talking about those other harnesses the other day. Do you know if any of those were open source? I run Codex and Claude together already, PyP prompt in Claude Code, and it works a charm. Use Codex as sub-agents for a lot of things within Claude. So you're telling me Duocode is completely useless, is what you're telling me. Cool. But I still want to build my own coding platform, because I feel like if I'm gonna be vibe coding all the time, I might as well build an environment that I can continuously improve and upgrade over time. Hey, so what exactly were the tools you said to look into to build AI automations? I've been selling websites, but want to try the advice you gave. Yep, I'm telling you it's useless, just that I won't be using it. So you're telling me it's useless and that you won't be using it. Good to know. Appreciate you, Vince. Not that it's useless, just that I won't be using it. Nah, bro. The hole's been dug, bro. The hole's been dug, bro. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It happens, man. It happens to the best of us, man. Okay, we got a synthesized answer. But there's an issue. We got a synthesized answer. However, that screenshot I showed you shows that our animation is not working properly. It should show 2 columns. one is Codex, and one is Claude. Inside those two columns, it shows their responses. Right now, the whole response is coming out onto our chat and then disappearing once synthesized. Okay, it looks like the website app is working. You type a prompt, Code detects the intent, AIs iterate back and forth, you get a polished result. Nice. Onboarding looking good. Hey, so what exactly were the tools you said to look into to build AI automations? I've been selling websites, but want to try the advice you gave. I mean, you can use anything, man. You can use Claude Code. Like, how I would go about it is just literally prompting. Also, here's the list of emails that I got from ChatGPT, by the way. Goes to show, you can use ChatGPT to find emails, or any AI agent really. But what you can do is literally just prompt AI and be like, yo, this is the automation I want to build. What are the tools available to me to build this? Alternatively, you can use Twin. Now, it is worth noting I'm sponsored by Twin, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think they're not bad. And if you want something really simple, plug and play, you can literally prompt it and it handles everything on the cloud. You don't have to worry about anything. Use Twin. But you probably do need to pay a premium for that conveniency. Worth knowing. I got these credits for free, so I'm not entirely sure how much it is, but you can very much so build anything yourself, man. You don't need to rely on a tool like Twin. Typos, bro. Yes, continue improvement through ownership, but also it's about the brand you're building. Good idea, in my opinion. Thanks, Slyphon. Appreciate it. I love the idea, not gonna lie. For people who aren't doing weird jank crap like me, yeah, I hear you. The idea is good based on one situation. I think it's an interesting direction for Doobie to take. All right, got the seal of approval by Slyphon, which is nice. So in this, we seem to have maybe I haven't actually installed Gemini CLI yet. Let's go ahead and do that. It's funny, my onboarding is telling me how to install my own thing. I love it. Trust parent folders. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. No authentication method selected. Sign in with Google. Do you want to continue? Yes. Sign in. Authentication successful. Okay, cool. How do I... Alright, this is a good way to see if this actually works. Let's go ahead and click recheck. Okay, recheck just completely shut the app down. Now we're gonna see if these three all load properly. You have my seal too, broski. I have never been the target market for your products, haha. Nothing but love and deep think. The vibes are real. That's funny. Slyphorn, what game are you working on at the moment? Vince, how's Ferret going? I joined the Discord the other day. What's the move? What's the latest? Yo! Alright, it worked. Gemini CLI worked. Start building. Everything's connected. So let's just go ahead and say, I want to build an app that analyzes dogs and comes up with a diet plan. Comes up with a grooming plan for them. Please create a PRD document. Hey, here we go. Let's see how this goes. We've got iteration 1 of 3. So what's interesting is you can go into settings and you can actually go up to 10 iterations back and forth. I bet your plugin can't do that. Vince and Nose Knight. Nothing, no game. Bit of a NES answer, but I'm trying to map an object from the perspective of identity and philosophy. That is such a NES answer. It's funny. Okay, is this just gonna continue infinitely forever? I'd like to take a screenshot of this. Oh, the app just closed itself. I think that's because it was in the middle of building and now I think I've just lost the synthesis. Great. Maybe I'll just wait for this to finish. Honestly, the local host isn't even working. I noticed the packaged app is working better than localhost. How is the packaged app updated? I remember wanting to use GitHub as source of truth. The startup bug is fixed in the live packaged app. Actually, I think I should ask this question to the guy that actually fixed the thing. Let me ask this question again. I saw you did, mate. We will see working on some stuff at the moment with the weights targeting for LLMs. Also trying to get your bots sorted, have data from them running now, so bugs will be ironed out today. Okay, cool. Mine can do it. I implemented foundational recursive research, 9-hour research pipeline with Opus and Codex. Synthing back and forth on the web would be useful for you. Have basically removed the agreeable trait from the model. That's cool. That's actually really cool. So what's it saying here? Wait, Vince, realistically, how far do you think you are away from Ferret? I'm not gonna lie, because I keep pushing the due date for the app factory back, because I feel like when you get into the actual building of something, there's always something else to fix. Like there's always you fix one thing and then something else always pops up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as easy as saying like, oh, it's gonna be ready at this time, because by the time that time comes, your perspective is like completely different to what it was. I'm checking the app packaging and releasing wiring in this repo so I can answer concretely how updates are supposed to work and whether GitHub is already the source of truth. How did you go? Mush. What up, the operator protocol? There is always something to fix, always. 2 steps forward, 1 step backward, life of a dev. True. It's a skill I'm trying to learn. Accurately estimating time to completion, LMAO. I'm really bad at it at the moment, and LLMs are not helping, lol. Dude, it's so true. The package app is not auto-updating from GitHub right now, what I found. Local build scripts and Electron app boots. So today the package app gets updated only when you rebuild and install a new app bundle. GitHub is now the live source of truth for shipped app updates yet. Why the packaged app may feel better than localhost. It was likely built from a different code snapshot. Let me see if I can. Let me try and explain to it the problem that I'm having. Okay. I need a whisper flow right now. The dark UI is the local host application and the light UI is the packaged application. Now, you will notice in the dark UI that it's actually given two responses. So when I asked for a PRD document, it gave me the synthesized answer, and then it also gave me this additional refined answer. And what I'm finding challenging is something like a product requirements document has so many words and so many characters inside of it that I now have two huge chunks of text to read. So for UX, it's kind of terrible. And so what we should only really be showing is one of these. You know, what is the best answer? Also, the other thing worth noting is you can see in the light UI that both, when I ask it a question, there's two rows, two columns. There's the Claude box and there's the Codex box. Now, I would like, when they're going back and forth with each other, the text actually shows inside of these little boxes. Right now, what's happening is Claude's entire answer is coming out onto our chat history, and then it's being pasted, and then it's being removed with Codex's entire answer. And it almost feels like they're conversating inside of our chat, and it looks messy. I want it to be maintained and contained within these two columns. All right, let's see how that goes. Can you explain what's the difference between fixing something that breaks upstream versus fixing something that breaks downstream? I have no idea what that means. You want to tell me what it means? I used Claude Opus 4.5 on the app to analyze NBA bets, and it worked. It helped me make money, LMAO. Yo. Sometimes like it's a fluke though. You need to make it consistently work. So, you know, how many times has it worked for you? If it's only happened once, give it a few more cracks. But hey, you might be onto something. You never know. Nice. So they're going back and forth, as like you can see here. I like that. Section 2811, rely on weak or possibly invented market and technical claims. Bro, Claude hallucinating, man. Codex keeping it in check. Codex rule output contained in the live model columns instead of... Can you just confirm nothing is broken in the local host? Before the thing is, localhost is broken. Let me check. Have you merged to GitHub so I can verify on localhost? It ran continuously for 8 matches and earned money for those 8 matches last week, all of which is correct. Damn, bro. Damn, gotta fill us in on this juice, bro. Run it for another 8. See what happens. Bro, no gatekeeping, yeah? We don't gatekeep here. Please pull, push, and merge. I'm afraid Anthropic will ban me? No, not at all. Why would Anthropic ban you, bro? You're using their tool how it's intended. They've literally been like retweeting like crypto trading bots that have been built with Anthropic and with Claude Opus. So I don't see why they would ban you for that, bro. Dependency installation is running in geocode. Silly Led, how we doing, bro? I only use prompt to give Claude the data for analysis and to follow Claude's instructions. I don't think they would ban it for the reason. Nose Knight wants the repo. Sammy Din, hey bro, what you been up to? We're currently building our own coding environment. And the challenges. Yo, Nose Knight, did you answer my question about the coding harnesses? And I remember you saying that I should kind of like nitpick and just like use some of the features that they've implemented. Do you know if any of those are open source? Those harnesses that you were talking about? Yeah, I think it was last stream. You remember what I was talking about, Nose Knight? Or you forget? Silly Led, released your first app. Let's go, bro. What is it? What app you release? Let's give this a refresh. Interesting. Pull, push, and merge to GitHub. Let's see which one actually breaks this. So if I start a new workspace, I can delete that. I'll be like, hey, create a PRD for me around grooming pets app that uses AI to analyze photos. Oh, need to create a workspace. I'll call this test 3. Just a timer app, like to keep track of a date. Okay, cool. Good luck. Any users? How are you planning on marketing it? Just creating a workspace. Creating project taking a minute, man. Workspace is still being created. Try again in a moment. It doesn't usually take that long, does it? This iteration thing has gone on for ages. Bro, how long is it going to take creating a workspace? I noticed when creating a new GitHub workspace, it takes a long time, like 5 minutes. When creating a new workspace inside Conductor, it takes less than 30 seconds. What is making it take so long? I got 3 users. It was more of a test and to get to iOS at first. I'm not really expecting a lot of users or people to like it, if that makes sense. It is vibe coded though with Claude. I got something like 14 impressions, which leaves like 42.9% or something. Not the best, I guess. No, I get you. When you get the Apple membership, there's no limit to the amount of apps you can submit. So what's interesting about the Apple submission is, you know, you can test and you can see like, okay, what does it take to even put an app into the App Store? So yeah, I get that. In this repo, the slow path is the GitHub import flow doing a full fresh clone, while the fast path requires an existing local repo. Local workspace creation uses git work tree add off an existing local checkout, then git Conductor's fast path is make another working copy from what's already on disk, while this app's GitHub path is download the repo again from GitHub. I can patch this next so GitHub created workspaces use a much faster path. Fetch only the default branch, or better, keep one canonical local clone per repo and create work trees from that, which matches the path. Let's match conductor's behavior. My family has been the only one to install it basically, and me. Yo, where'd this iPhone pop up out of nowhere? Is an app being built right now? Point your camera at anything mysterious and get instant AI-powered identification. It's testing. Codex review, constantly opening and closing the app. A bit weird. Can we fix? This is inside of simulator. The iPhone simulator is really good for screenshots. Yes. Agreed. Is this still creating? Dude, it's still creating a workspace, bro. Come on. No way. It's been like 10 minutes now. iOS apps now? Have you released an app yet? We've already released like 2 or 3 already. Dude, why is creating a workspace taking so long? Doing one last sanity check. Was it hard to release the iOS app? I mean, yes and no. Like I can show you. You can see right here how many have been approved and how many haven't. So MatchMind, Warranty Vault, Gym Snap, Pantry Pal, and Posture Pin. So 2 out of 7 of the apps that we've submitted have been approved. So part of what the App Factory is going to try to improve on now is reducing the 2 and 7 to like 4 and 7 get approved. Want to test on localhost. Is everything good to go? localhost only works once GitHub is pushed and merged. Why wouldn't they release the others? I mean, they all had an issue, like something different for each of them. Like this one, it was like a data thing. This one was like something to do with the paid subscription groups. This one had something to do with a feature not working properly. So they all had like their own reason for not being accepted. iOS stingy. The PR is merged. I'm deleting the remote branch and fetching so I can confirm the new merge commit on GitHub. Workspace ready. Okay, cool. Send this. Looks to be working. Let's see if it worked on the app. It's still going here. I'm just wondering. These PRDs take a long time to go back and forth. So we need to be able to show the user progress is being made. Things like a timer, the ability to expand the rows to show the columns, to show more information. User can flick between the iterations like it's a page number. You can press the next and back arrow for inside these columns, allowing more flexibility on allowing more freedom and transparency for the user to see what's actually going on. Like we see it's working, it's just taking ages. Did they come back to you quite quickly, or do you have to wait for them? I only ask because Google is a nightmare for some stuff. I mean, it depends. Some of the apps, they came back to me within like 2 days, but something like Warranty Vault took like 2 weeks. And I think it was actually because they were changing from manual to automated. I don't know if you know now, but recently Apple just switched to automated review times. So all apps are now automatically reviewed by AI. And so I think that shift might have taken a while. So it'll be interesting. How much have you spent on tokens throughout this journey? What's your ROI? I probably spent like maybe 5-6 grand on tokens. More, maybe like plus or minus $1,000. Jose, what's good, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. How you been, man? Already up to iteration 2. AI-powered dog grooming analysis and planning app version 1, date, status draft 1. How is the handoff between Codex and Claude? Are they getting the information received optimally, or is it not prioritized? Look into this at this. The handoff is probably the most important part. Also, drop downs on the header for each model need to have an off button so users can toggle whether to use a model or not. Happy Vibecoding. Doobie is a token burner. Yeah, I run through my tokens, not gonna lie. Do they pinpoint what the issues are and what to fix, or is the feedback generic and you're left in the dark? No, they do pinpoint what you need to fix. Sometimes, because I'm new, I think it can be a bit hard to understand what it is that they want. But I'm sure the more experience that you have building apps and submitting them, you'll be able to iterate and work faster. By the way, what you were doing is fascinating. I'm supporting you from the sidelines. Vibe your future, man. Appreciate you, man. Cheers. Do your apps have any AI features? Every single app is hard coded to include an AI feature, because that way we can start building apps. We can build apps inside of older niches and implement AI, and that automatically becomes our differentiator, you know? If you're one of the first to build a new app inside a niche that is very old and hasn't been touched in a while, just the fact that you have AI could make your app better than your competitors, even if it's like a bit clunkier and vibe coded and stuff. Let's give this a refresh. Weird. Okay. They didn't synthesize. Still getting the same issue on localhost. I sent a task to create PRD. They were synthesizing. Nothing happened for 5 minutes. So I refreshed, and both Claude and Codex chat has leaked into the main chat, and I haven't received a synthesized answer. Sure, you mentioned this is localhost. Issue on. Okay, I did mention that. I know what I have to do now for app, I think, to vibe code it properly. It's funny because I thought simple would work on its own. Not a lot of apps do a simple just do it. Do you think you could Openclaw something on top of an old industry API as a profitable strategy? I mean, that is a very broad question. It's definitely possible to innovate inside an industry by implementing Openclaw and then making money out of it. Yes. You just got to be careful on which industry you pick and how you plan to use Openclaw to innovate, because Openclaw can break quite easily. So you just need to make sure that, everything. I've hit my limit already. What? Dude, no wonder. Man, Codex's limits are crazy right now. What the hell? Might need to upgrade for the next live stream. Let's head over to, let's try Opus 4.5. Is that possible? Is it gonna let me use Opus 4.5? I don't want to use 4.6. Damn, it won't even let me. That's crazy. Dude, I don't even want to code with Codex. Claude, man. When does my limit come back? 12:52. Dude. Everyone else hitting their limits these days? I think the limits are only going to get worse. Bro. Far out. I mean, to be fair, I'm only on like the $20 a month plan. Should probably upgrade. Let me try to do that right now. Screw it. I'm getting the 20x Pro. Codex is just too good right now. Let me refresh. Is this gonna work? Yo. I'm doing everything now. I'm doing high. I'm doing extra fast. I'm gonna do freaking everything. Alright, I'm on the $200 a month plan now for ChatGPT, for Codex. All the coders were migrating to GLM from Claude Code, and the Chinese just hiked their prices with 100% today. Damn, doubled? They doubled their pricing? Holy shit. Let me give this a refresh. Yo, have you guys got any good loops? Have you guys got any good like loops to just continue it working while you're not on the computer? Because I'm not gonna lie, I just paid $200 for my plan. I'm like, how can I maximize this now? Like Ralph Wiggum, I feel like is a bit inferior. You know what I mean? You guys have like auto loops? Like get shit done. That's not really a loop, is it? There we go. We're back up and running. All right, let's just go hard now because I've just paid for the plan. So let's just go ahead. I mean, while that's going on, we might as well please do a full architectural review of the entire code base and find any issues. I make my own loops on VS Code. Use a harness, best way. YOLO mode. Jmart, give me a harness that you use, that you recommend. A lot of breaks, how we doing, bro? For real, I wish I could casually drop 200. Hey, this is my job. You guys gotta also understand, this is my job, you know? Like, I just see that as a business expense, you know, dropping $200, because at the end of the day, this is what I do for a living. So I need to, you know, fund it somehow. So yeah, it makes sense that I have the $200 a month plan. It doesn't make sense for me to go on $20 a month and end the live stream every time I hit my rate limits, you know? Like, we're barely getting started and I hit my rate limit. I used Paperclip and I will say it ran for days without human intervention. Interesting. Please do. Please do a full architectural review of the entire code base and Tell me what you find. I'm good, thank you, bruv. How goes it? It's going good, bro. It's going good. We're currently trying to get Duocode to get to a level where we can start using it. I'd love to use Duocode to just build its own thing, you know? I can use Duocode to build Duocode. I think that would be sick. Already have explicit off options in the source, so there was nothing additional to ship for that. They are not showing on localhost. Pull from GitHub. Had the $100 Claude plan, used it, and it never hit limits and just kept running. Those were the good old days, bro. Those were the good old days. Bro, I got free Codex business for a month. Haven't renewed my GLM now. Wanted to do it, and these motherfuckers asking 1872, 160. What the fuck? And China version is even sold out. You can't buy for weeks now. Damn, I didn't realize that people were moving in a GLM so quickly. New viewer, what are you building? We're building our own coding environment. This is Gemini into Claude, IIRC. So basically what we have here is Claude and Codex communicate with one another. And then we have Gemini implemented as well, which kind of, this is mainly for when we want to do the UI designs, because we know Gemini is better. So what does default even mean? Nice. Still getting the same issue on logo host. I sent a task to create PID. They were done with concerns. I found 2 real client bugs. Still aborts and runs by design. These changes are local in the workspace only right now. If you want locals to pick them up in your GitHub package, I need to push. Please pull, push, merge. Yeah, all switching to GLM because of Anthropic being asked. Yeah, so fair, man. Dude, Opus is so shit at the moment. Should probably downgrade my subscription for the time being. Drops terminal support. The terminal subsystem is not bound to the selected workspace and does not shut down correctly when hidden. The file context APIs break the multi-workspace model. Completed. If you want, I can turn this into a concrete room. Please fix all these issues. Confirming this is the app factory code you checked. these active projects. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Codex instances running at the moment. Feels good. I feel free. I feel unleashed, unshackled. Let's fix that now. Let's fix resume refresh resume now. Oh yeah, and GLM is now even limiting speed for Openclaw. They're literally saying Openclaw uses second-class citizens on their websites. GLM can fuck off now, I'm done. Bro, what the hell? All these AI companies burning bridges, man. How often do you make new threads for the projects? Fairly often. I like to keep some older threads only because they have a bit more context on specific areas of the code, but you should be switching fairly frequently. Maybe 20-30 messages is usually my limit. I actually got a video coming out later this week on usage limits and how to reduce your usage limits, so stay tuned for that video. I think it's going to help a lot. I did a lot of research on how to reduce your usage limits so you don't hit them. I installed that caveman skill and make a new thread context window every time I start working on something different. Feels like it's working well. I keep old threads, but I stop using them once I'm done those few jobs I want done. Nice. Yo, we got the off button here. We have an off button here, off button here. Nice. Interesting, because the packaged app is now more updated than the local host. Let's just not even use localhost then. Duocode app. I can't drag it across the screen when I click on the top header like I can with other apps on Mac OS. We all gonna end up on lobotomized Minimax, lol. This was bound to happen. They are only giving high tokens to get you hooked. Then the shareholders start asking for profitability. Hopefully there's this line that I kind of see happening where what I kind of think will happen is we have this graph, right? And right now, I think tokens are like high, but I think they're going to continue to come down like this slowly. But until we like find a sweet spot. But what I'm kind of hoping to happen, right, is as that occurs, we have this line, which is going up, which is actually local models. And so it gets to a point where it's like, okay, like the quality output of a local model versus paying for a premium model, it is actually outweighs the benefits. So what you end up doing is actually spending a little bit extra up front to buy like a good setup and then running a local model. I kind of see like this inflection point maybe happening potentially this time next year even, or maybe give it another 2 years, but I think this is going to happen sooner than people think. Like, we've already got Gemma 4, which runs on your iPhone. Like, it's crazy. I fixed that by making the header. I couldn't run because it isn't available in this workspace right now. Oh, it worked. It's like a really thin bar up here, but it drags now, which is cool. Okay. The surface area of the drag is quite small. Can we increase it? Please fix that too. Nice. Okay, we've got this coming up here. Create a PRD for a plant identification app. The other major issue we have just confirming. Okay. Please fix the issues found. There's probably the most instances I've had running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. I don't know if I can handle more than that. I increase the drag, so nice. Should possible to lint. Try again. In the workspace. Also pull, push and merge. If you want, I can push. Please do. When when updating the packaged app, what is the best method? Remaining build warning is fixed. Clean the repository still has. Okay, cool. architectural review of Conductor and what they do well, which we have not implemented ourselves yet. Do you use Codex for your coding? At the moment, I do, because it's it's just the best at the moment. You won't get better than Codex right now. Yeah, like Anthropic has dumbed down Opus so hard right now, it's not even funny. Have you guys been seeing this? How dumb Opus is right now? Let's see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I saved a few posts. But that's all people are talking about. I mean, can't really find it, but yeah, see, Opus 4.6 was nerfed due to demand, but Opus 4.5 does not seem to be hit. That's the other thing as well. I've been hearing that Opus 4.5 is actually not too bad if you want to bump down. It seems to just mainly be Opus 4.6. I'm not sure how legit that claim is, but worth testing. Yeah, I quantized Gemma 4 26B and was able to run Q4 on M4 Mini with 16 gigabytes, and it can code working space invaders in one prompt. That's cool. Then I tried Gemma E4B, quanted that 1 to 4 gigabyte size, and it literally can recognize car models via vision, answer social comments, just 4 gigabytes in size. Dude, insane, man. Insane. Google's actually doing wonders right now. Where is the last message? Where did I put it? A dedicated runtime checkout for dev, separate from repo work trees. Canonical branch promotion semantics with stage states. Let's implement these findings. Pools, they're not showing. not tripping. What please do when updating the package, what is the best method? Okay, didn't reply to that yet. Fix in live was off, was not missing the model list. The drop down was rendering underneath the tooltip, so the first row was visually hidden. The fix was to raise the model menu. So at this point, logo is just serving updated. Okay, so we can see off, off, off. Now I can just go ahead and say default. Hey, how are you? There's an issue with the selected model off. It may not exist. Okay, so here's a new issue. Here is a new issue. I have Claude off and Codex on, and I got this error. Please plan on best way to fix this. We need to auto select whichever model the user has on. I think a warning should pop up if users turn all models off, as nothing is likely to work. Alright, merge done. Best method for updating the package app, use GitHub releases as the only source of truth. Recommend setup. Please do. Okay. Nice, I can drag this window perfectly. So we've got test 3 running, Claude Gemini is off. In settings, sort of synthesis, routes prompts automatically, okay. Please implement and fix. Cool. The other thing I noticed is the drop-down menus don't show the latest models. Gemini 3.1 is the latest, and Gemini Flash is the cheap alternative. We should show this for all models. The Frontier Best one, latest, brackets latest, and the cheaper alternative. So Claude should show Opus 4.6 and Sonnet and Haiku. Codex shows GPT 5.4 and 5.3 Spark. Yo, this is coming along nicely though. For settings, we should have a header menu where users can click on the specific tabs. We have orchestrator as one tab. Appearance, connected tools, behavior, about, etc. And then we can go a bit harder in the settings. Create a brief. Let's turn these on. Create a brief for my editor on the next big AI trend and what hooks we should use. Hey, what's up? What you building right now? We're currently building my own coding environment. Yo, I like that it says processing up here next to Duo Code. That's cool. So the speed between Claude and Codex is okay. There's an issue now. You can see here, I did not get a synthesized answer, only Claude's response. Even though I was looking for a synthesized answer to this question. So I want to focus on speed next. The synthesization of Claude and Codex is quite slow currently. Please do a review and build out a plan on how we can speed up the process. The Please do. Please push, pull, push, and merge. The changes you made earlier regarding this prompt I sent you are not visible. Please rebuild the app packaged based off the recent GitHub. gonna take a quick little pee break. 1 sec. I'm back. What'd I miss? Damn, these guys are still going? What the hell? to implement this plan. Actually, probably get. Actually, let's get this one to do it. Is it even worth getting Gemma on a MacBook Air with 8 core and 8 gigabytes RAM, or just save for a better Mac Mini? I mean, yeah, dude, you can get the Gemma E4B, I think it is. Which is still good, man. It doesn't hurt to have a local model that doesn't require any internet, man. You can get this one right here, Gemma E4B. This should work, I think, in your Mac. And this usually works on a mobile device, so it should definitely work on your Mac. And dude, it's nice to have a model that runs locally, dude. Imagine if you're stranded on a desert, you have no internet connection. You never know when this could come in handy. So I think it's totally worth trying it out, man. Like, there's nothing to really lose apart from some gigabyte storage. What is Gemma comparable to? Like, what would it be good at? Gemma, I mean, if you get I think the 34B was comparable. This one, 31B, is comparable to Kimi K2.5. So this one is a fair bit dumber than 31B, but the fact that 20 gigabytes of size is comparable to Kimi K2.5 is pretty freaking ridiculous. And you can run it locally. Like, bro, what the hell?
quiz. New skill. How?
How you enjoying the $200 plan? Yo, it's great, man. It's really good. So far, I've been going hard and I've only used 80% of my 5-hour usage limit. Dude, I've literally been silent, head down, coding really with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At one point I had 6 instances running all simultaneously. And it's only at 80% for my 5-hour usage limit. Like, this is great. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm building a skill, autonomous loop skill, that just keeps implementing shit. So I can actually make use of this subscription. Otherwise it's kind of going to a waste. Okay, we got a new build, which I think is kind of breaking. Oh. Missing a lot of code that I built, that I wrote inside other agent instances. Is this actually the updated build? My workflow is Claude Code $100 max in Cursor, and even if I hit a rate limit, I start using Ops through Cursor Pro $20 Opus. Dude, $200 a month plan on Codex is freaking elite, bro. I can't see myself running out of it anytime soon. New commits in the last 2 hours that haven't been added to main
Give me the 3 prompts to send to each agent.
Okay, cool. So I got 3 autonomous loops running now to make use of this codex plan. One is going to work on app fixes. One is going to work on research mode, looking at alternative coding environments like Cursor, Windsurf, Bolt, VO, and looking at what we can implement on ours. And then I've got a third one, which is a QA mode. So I got 3 autonomously that are gonna continuously build this for me. And this is mainly to make use of the codex plan that we just bought, because yeah, I'm trying to make use of this plan. Not sure what happened, but I couldn't load your stream, Doobie. I commented, then it just buffered and wouldn't load at all. Seems good now. Good to see you again, mate. Hey, Tim. How you doing, bro? Yeah, not sure what happened there, man. Hopefully it wasn't an issue on my end. Chuck some music back on. Is to be able to run for hours without me being there. Is that possible with the skill you made?
these.
I'll catch you around, Tim. Peace out. That's funny. The ads work fine after I refresh, of course. Good luck. See you in Discord. I'll see you in there, mate. Apologies. Are you open for some feedback on your work process? Of course. Hit me, bro. What do you see?
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 instances running at the moment. I think your prompts are very shallow and generic. They won't lead to great results. I recommend you create subagents with defined criteria, goals, etc. that will provide valuable feedback. How would I go about doing this? Saji Yemini. Appreciate the feedback, by the way, bro. Main thing as well is, like, I've got Whisper Flow connected for voice annotation to my laptop, which live streams, but I'm actually building inside of my Mac Mini, which I screen share to my laptop. So it doesn't allow me to use a voice annotation app, which actually limits the detail that I usually do put into these prompts. I would also create an orchestrator to decide which ones to run depending on the content. It will provide with a doc result on what's good, what isn't, and how to improve the code. When you use Whisperflow, it copies your transcription to clipboard. You can paste into the Mac Mini instance. For some reason, it doesn't work though. Look, let me show you right now. Hey, testing 1, 2, 3, and then see it doesn't paste. Command Shift V. It doesn't paste into the screen for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't paste into the screen recording. It's really weird. I'd also avoid sharing images, PDFs, etc. They bloat the context and deteriorate the results. If you start new tasks, it's better to start with fresh context. The thing is, I find sharing images helps me explain the problem better. And you can always start a new chat once the context runs out. The context doesn't deteriorate straight away once you just send it like one image. What's the use case for your own coding tool? Like, what's the difference between the tools already out there? I think for me personally, I just want to build something that I can improve over time as I continue using it. Like right now, I'm stuck within the constraints of Conductor. So whenever I want to build something or have an idea, like I have to use Conductor's way of building it. Where if I build my own one, then as I start coding, I can slowly over time improve it, add features that I care about. And I think that's kind of the goal here. Like I just want to create something that I can continuously build over time while I build my own apps. feels like higher leverage. Yo, appreciate the feedback, by the way, Saji Yamini. I think a lot of the points that you bring up, like they're pretty similar to how the autonomous app factory operates over here, where we actually have a 13-step process to build these apps autonomously, and there is an orchestrator that like gets it past every single point. I'm basically trying to build that inside of this coding environment that I have, but for any app. But yeah, it's like that orchestrator that you're talking about needs to be built. You know, I'm trying to build that inside of this app. It's like, do I build it again to build this app? Ideally, this app gets to a level where I can just build the app itself inside this app, if that makes sense. Now okay, that's the wrong one. I'm still using VS Code. Is there any significant reason to change to Cursor, Claude Code, or Anti-Gravity or something like that? I mean, I don't use VS Code. I'm pretty non-technical, so VS Code scares me a little bit. I use Conductor, but hey, you use whatever you're comfortable with, man. I know people ride or die for Cursor. Some people love... I don't think people use Claude Code directly. I mean, people do through the terminal. Yeah, people definitely do that. Anti-gravity, I don't know about anti-gravity. I don't personally love anti-gravity that much, to be honest. Maybe it's improved since I last used it, but give me the next 3 prompts. I'll send it to the agents. They are currently running on the old skill when you gave me the first batch of prompts to add context to the prompts about this new skill improvements. All right. What's the difference between Codex and Conductor? Conductor is an environment that you code inside of. Codex is the actual model, the AI model. So you can use Codex inside of Conductor, which is what I'm doing. Or you can use Codex inside of Codex as well. Claude Code, you can use inside of Claude Code. App fixes. Research. And then QA. Cool, we got the autonomous loop going. Ask the agent to design a focused PR review sub-agent. Have it review one dimension only, like architecture, testing, or regressions, then return a short summary plus prioritize issues to fix. Okay. You know what? I will. Let me just copy your message. I want to create a 3rd, 4th agent loop to focused on PR review. All right. I did it. Saji Yemini. Let's see how we go. You need to save the agent in the agents folder and then you reference it, not copy paste. We're not creating a sub agent. We're just creating a loop right now. You can ask it to save it for you and how to trigger it. So what we've got right now is we've got the autonomous loop right here, which is called duo loop, okay? And what this does is it's basically Ralph Wiggum / auto researcher loop that runs continuously. So your message, what I've done is I've just given the agent context on how to use that loop. Does that make sense? Merge to location 1.0 play. Okay, let's see if this is working. It's not showing the latest models. Still don't see the fix. Updates like the UI settings, etc. Do you have all your projects on GitHub? If so, what's your GitHub? My GitHub is just my username, bro. Doobie Booby. Okay, let's have a look here. Ah, there we go. Finally. Looking clean. Perfect. Perfect. Looking good. Create a PRD for a pet grooming app that scans photos and gives advice to users. I got this error. What was that? Got this error while prompting. Nice. So we got these three running autonomously on loops right now. We got them going. Found one likely source already persistent. Workspaces can carry path-based IDs. Got the root cause. Two things combined here. Old persistent workspaces can still carry path-shaped IDs, and the job store writes the raw job IDs directly into file names. If a workspace ID contains /, the job store tries to write into nested non-existent. I patched the unsafe path handling. New job files are stored. Okay. When you get an error, I'd ask it to write a test to prove the error, have it fail, fix it, and run the test again to prove it's fixed. Usually avoids a lot of incorrect fixes. Okay, let me try that. That's actually a good strategy. When an error happens, first write a test that reproduces it, confirms the test fails, fixes the issue, then runs the test again to confirm it passes. This helps avoid fake or incorrect fixes. Can we implement this into the loop skill? The $20 ChatGPT plan or $20 Claude plan, I think the Codex, you get more out of the Codex, the $20 Codex plan, to be honest, than Claude. At least from my understanding. Dude, when I was using the Claude $20 plan, I would like run out like really quickly. To be fair, we ran out in an hour and a half using the codex plan, but maybe they're a bit more even nowadays. But personally, I'm a sucker for codex right now. Looks like the autonomous loops are working. Cool. All right, let's see how these loops go. When tasks, I'd also not force it to implement what I suggest. I'd ask it to be more opinionated, consider other approaches, compare solutions, and proceed with one it thinks is best and explain. Okay. We're currently building this on top of the G-Stack skill. So I'm not sure if you've used G-Stack before, but it does kind of compartmentalize these different roles. The lane is check. This is the QA duo loop. Test entry to app fixes to verify though. Noticing that they stop, that the QA agent stops after 20 minutes. Need to improve skill so it continues looping and working. G-Stack significantly changed my coding agents. Yeah, for you as well. Dude, G-Stack's goated, man. Are there any good like autonomous loop skills that you guys run? Like, I'm trying to find something better than Ralph Wiggum. They used Karpathy auto research. I mean, we're trying to build our skill around this. to Zach Bond / smart. Yo, Saji with the no gatekeeping, bro. What's this? Spec-driven development, smart compaction, Claude Code plugin combining Ralph Wiggum Loop with structured specification workflow. Yo. Can we heavily base our skill off of this? Recreate it if you have to. This is Ralph Wiggum Loop with checks. Yo, Saji Yamini with the freaking alpha, bro. Thanks for that, man. Have you tested this? Is it good? So I can start. Ask if it makes sense first. After reviewing, give me your thoughts on this skill and if it makes sense. Bro, my back is killing me right now. I did initially, but later built something that suits me better for how I work. Okay. Let's see what it says. Yes, it makes sense, but only if we copy the loop mechanic, not the whole product shit. It's extremely relevant to your problem. What I think should change in our skill if we base it on smart, not map cleanly. Next step should be, all right, let's do it. Rename this skill to Looping Warrior. Keyboard Warrior. Whenever I mention the /keyboard warrior skill, triggers. Actually, that's a nice to have. Let's see if it even works first. This sounds like a great answer. You need the loop, but with your action in the loop are probably different. Yeah, so essentially we copy the loop mechanics itself, but we keep our own workflow iterations that we've made. I'm implementing a Ralph style continuation layer for the QA lane, a machine readable lane state queue item making, and a continuation check that tells the agent, do not stop taking the queue tasks. It gives the loop an actual execution spine instead of relying on prose alone. The app fixes and auto research tool have also stopped. So this will need to be implemented across all lanes. Make sure your agents or agents you use don't have max turns hashtag set. This could stop them from running. Okay, how do I do that? Max turns hashtag. Ask the agent to check for you and give you a list of agents with max turns set. It should be in their .md file. Okay. The wasting of tokens is not an issue for me. We just upgraded to the $200 codex plan, and so I actually want to try and use as much of this as possible. Because right now I know that if I use it at my current rate, I'm only using like 10-20% of this. Yep. The first pass found no max turns in normal visible markdown files. I'm rerunning the audit, including hidden directories. Doesn't seem to be a problem so far. QA agent here. And then we got the research agent here. I think here. And then app fixes agent here. All right, cool. Let's see how that goes. So no max turns were found in the audit. All right, sweet. I'm gonna let this run, and we can check up on it tomorrow. But probably gonna end the stream here, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. I hope you guys were able to get some work done too. Actually feeling a bit better after the live stream. I started this live stream feeling super sick, but feeling a bit better now. Thank you, Saji Yamini, for helping out, bro. David, what up? Stellan, thanks for tuning in. Graduation Bear, Jonathan, Ada, Nicholas back, Mayor Akami. Appreciate you. Thanks, Tim. Hope it started working for you. Istarel, Silly Lad, Mr. Goat G Boy. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Ada here. A lot of breaks. Peace out. PN. I'll catch you guys later. Jonah, Seven, J-Mart, Vince, Slyphorn. Peace out. I'll catch you guys later, yeah? Thanks for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.